All right. Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And tonight we're going to be going over this Texas Roadhouse scandal. Now, this has been blowing up all over social media. A lot of people have been talking about it, and a lot of people have been boycotting and saying that they will not be eating at Texas Roadhouse and they are washing their hands with the company. Now, when this first started to hit social media, Texas Roadhouse responded and they said that they're aware of everything that is going on. Now, in their first statement, they said, "We are aware of the video that is being shared with an accusation that has been made towards our restaurant. We believe it to be completely unfounded, and we take every accusation towards our brand seriously. We are investigating this alleged abhorrent behavior and remain committed to treating every guest with respect, dignity, and the legendary service they deserve." Now, this came after there was allegations that there was a group chat or a group on Facebook that was alleging that they were tampering with Black customers' food. Along social media, there has been a wide discussion about this group that is supposedly containing 400,000 members. And in the group, it is a bunch of people who are haters of Black people. Okay. So, ever since the Carmelo Anthony case, there was a lot of people who have this huge disdain for Black people. And they have been basically sharing how they feel out loud. Now, normally we'll see them suppress these feelings, but they have been going out of their way to let us know how much they don't like us. Now, this is the allegation that is floating around on social media. Thank you so much, Angie Scott, for the $10 super sticker. According to social media, there's allegedly a group on Facebook where some of these comments came from. So, a group that says, "I love being white, white and proud," allegedly posted this. Now, in Texas Roadhouse defense. Now, I don't put it past, and let me just put this disclaimer out there. I don't put it past any restaurant that there could be these vile individuals tampering with food. However, I will make it clear that this post has been floating around and I have not seen it attached to anybody. You know, anybody could have made this post. It could have came from anybody. It could have came from a person who works at Texas Roadhouse and has been tampering with food. And it could come from a complete nobody troll. We have no idea. This post that has been floating around, it has no Facebook page attached to it. It has no photo attached to it. It has no originating account. It has just a cropped message that says, "To all Blacks in here, keep this in mind. Hope you enjoy your meal next time you eat out. There is a Facebook group that I'm a part of, and it is for white servers. We have come up with a plan. When a table of Black diners comes in and places their order, we walk back to the kitchen to get your food when ready. There is always a blind spot in the kitchen, and we are licking our fingers and touching your food. If it happens to be a Texas Roadhouse or Logan's, those rows are full of our white saliva. Some of the cooks are in on this too. Think they're playing? They aren't. Believe me, this has been going on since y'all started this nonsense with Carmelo, the candy bar, Anthony crap. By the way, the group has over 400K members. Enjoy y'all's food." So again, this is a post that has been going around social media. There has been a lot of people chiming in on it. And since this has been going on, people have started to make videos. Now, in addition to people making videos and this story picking up traction, Texas Roadhouse decided to reply to it. Okay, so they decided to go and make other claims where they said that they feel as though this is a hoax. Now, again, like I said, I have to be fair that this is just a rumor. I don't see Becky or whoever this is supposed to be coming from attached to this. It could be anybody. And I believe that is similar to what Texas Roadhouse is saying. Now, I want y'all to also be clear on this as well. I've seen a lot of people say, okay, well, since it's Texas Roadhouse workers, then I'm not going to go to Texas Roadhouse and eat. Let's be very clear, okay? This could happen at any restaurant, okay? The hate for Black people is at an all-time high. So don't think that, oh, well, the scandal is around Texas Roadhouse. This person, we don't know where they work. We don't know who they are. We don't know if they work at Texas Roadhouse. We don't know if they work at Chili's, Applebee's, or whoever, and just saying whatever name. This can happen anywhere. The hate for us is at an all-time high, and people are not shy about it. They are not shy about it. This can happen anywhere. So if you think that, oh, well, I'm just not going to go eat at Texas Roadhouse, I'm going to go to Chili's. These same types of people work there too. So, you know what I mean? If you want to get away from it and totally shy away from the possibility of somebody into your food, then the only way to do that is to make your food yourself. Now, let's go to this post from the Washington Post where they talk about it. And it says, Texas Roadhouse says racism, food tampering allegations are 100% a hoax. It says Texas Roadhouse is addressing online assertions that employees are tampering with Black diners' food, calling the allegations a hoax, and saying it is hiring a third-party firm to investigate them. In a now-deleted social media post allegedly shared in a Facebook group called White and Proud, a user named Nancy Smith said they worked at an unidentified Texas Roadhouse location and was in a pact with other white servers at the restaurant. While it's unclear whether the page that posted the message is a real or parody account, the user said in the post that some servers at both Texas Roadhouse and Logan Roadhouse plan to lick their fingers and touch food, serving it to Black diners. The users also purported in the post that this has been going on for a while, or at least since the April 2025 killing of the 17-year-old white teenager Austin Metcalf. Carmelo, a Black teenager, was charged with murder and sentenced to 35 years in prison for the fatal stabbing in a case that drew national attention. Once social media users discussed the Facebook group and the post, some diners vowed to not return to the Louisville, Kentucky-based restaurant chain. It says, to mess with someone's food is the highest level of disrespect, a TikTok user said, while discussing the allegations in a video. While another user said, as a Black woman who loves Texas Roadhouse, I will never eat here again because I cannot be sure that my food is being handled safely. Well, to whoever this Black woman is, okay, I don't know who that Black woman is, but newsflash, you don't know if your food is being handled safely any goddamn of these restaurants, okay? Like I said, the hate for Black people is at an all-time high. Now, I'm going to show you guys some other videos as it pertains to people speaking out about this Texas Roadhouse situation. And let me show y'all how people feel about it. So as you can see right here, this is on Twitter. A man spoke out about it, and he was basically saying that people need to start eating at mom and pop spots. And he was saying that they need to stop going to like these restaurant chains or whatever. And there was a bunch of white individuals in the comments who were happy about this. All right, so let's read through some of the comments. Somebody said, Texas Roadhouse is going to be boycotted by Blacks. Hell yeah, I'm taking my family at least once a week now. Get to enjoy a meal without being fatigued by the usual suspects. Another person says, let's be honest. When the F would you be able to text a group chat with that many people in it? It would be moving like the speed Twitch chat. One of the most powerful spending demographics in the world is Black American population. Stuff like this makes businesses suffer. Who the F eats at Texas Roadhouse anyways? F them, I won't miss them. All right. Another person says, Lion A, ha ha, 600K racist, Texas Roadhouse employees. Another person says, people don't want to serve those tables. Maybe y'all should take a step back and look at yourselves and how you act rather than immediately being offended. Another person says, I don't normally eat at Texas Roadhouse. However, if Negroes stop eating there, I may just start. I'm only eating at Texas Roadhouse now that I won't get stabbed or shot. Another person says they deserve it. Horrible people get horrible service. Good. A nigger free environment to eat at. Another person says, I think most white people would be glad if blacks didn't eat out in restaurants, but yeah. Another person says, I'm not going. I'll make my own food and eat black owned. Another person says, it's a lie, you dumb F. Another person says, it's unfounded. Ha ha ha. Another person said, da, 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 da. Most reasonable black folk won't be boycotting Roadhouse, I'm sure. Not like they're losing any business by people like you not coming in. Someone says, you act like this is a bad thing. This is heaven, not having to deal with noisy, needy, entitled, no tip, given, dine and dash black folk is a dream. So this is some of the comments that was left under a post. It says, no black people at Roadhouse. F yes, when. All right. And these are responses to the original poster of this black woman saying that she is going to boycott
employees coming
Roadhouse.
out. It was never safe for us to eat out anyway. And now that we see Texas Roadhouse being under fire for their employees coming out in a group chat on Facebook or a group on Facebook talking about how if they see black diners come in, they spit in their food, they lick their fingers and put it in their food, and them not telling us what it is the cooks do. But this is something we should have been known because I want y'all to understand. Yes, this is horrible. This is biological warfare. This is terrorism, domestic terrorism at its finest. But I also need y'all to understand that it was already an issue anytime you go out to eat anywhere because hygiene and lack thereof comes into play. Believe me, I worked in fast food for a long time. I was the assistant GM for multiple different restaurants, and I know how people's hygiene is lacking. So, that coupled on top of the fact that we have to deal with anti-blackness and you may be having somebody serving you or somebody making your food that just don't like you because of the way you look, that's always a risk we take. If that food is not prepared by us, if we don't see ourselves making that food, if we don't see somebody like us, we're taking a really big risk. And I can't tell you how many times I've ended up sick. Lots of people get food poisoning from going out to eat. It's not just oopsie daisies or a once off thing. But I thought this was already a known thing that we don't eat it if we didn't see you cook it. The same way that we say that we don't eat other people's food, we don't eat other people's cooking when they bring the potluck or whatever the case is, that same thing should apply to going out to eat because these people don't fuck with us for real and will go as far as announcing to the world that they are spitting in our food because of the color of our skin.
All right. So let's talk about other things that people were saying around this. So one a social media user said, as someone who has as someone who have a bachelor in service management with a specialty in restaurant enterprise management, it's not only a felony to spit in people's food, it's also a biohazard as well. A company can never recover from this. All right. So it says, if this catches on, Texas Roadhouse is already finished. Nobody wants to eat someplace where people spit in the food. That will chase people of all colors out. And if it isn't real, Texas Roadhouse has a real case against whoever posted it. And I agree. If it is not real, then the only course of action that they have is to prosecute whoever made the rumor and try them to the fullest extent of the law. Okay. I believe that, it's a possibility that this person can work anywhere. This person can be at a daycare. This person can be, a police officer. This person can be in the hospital. We don't know who is behind that post, but what we do know is the level of hate for us is at an all-time high. What we do know is that it's freaking warfare on it's war on all of us. Okay. um speaking of speaking of Texas Roadhouse, there was another woman who made a video. Let's watch her video real quick.
And I ain't never eating at Texas Roadhouse again or Logan's Roadhouse. Y'all got me fucked up. Y'all got me fucked up. That was all I needed to hear. Didn't I just make a video saying how they didn't want us in their establishments? They don't want us in their establishments. We need to be only supporting black-owned restaurants, period. I'm not even eating nowhere if the food ain't already prepared and I know who the fuck back there.
Okay, she's saying a lot of F-bombs. So that's another video on there as well. But let's take a break from this and let's look through some of the haters that be in the comments, okay? So y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole Texas Roadhouse situation. Like I said, in my opinion, number one, it's not founded. So we definitely have to be careful when making accusations as they are facts. However, even though they are unfounded, I don't put it past no goddamn body. I don't put it past nobody that work at Texas Roadhouse. I don't put it past nobody that work at Chili's, BJ's, or any other establishment. I don't trust none of these people because they are showing us how they feel about us, period. All right. Now, there has been a lot of vitriol covering the Carmelo Anthony case, right? And this whole Texas Roadhouse situation is supposed to derive from the Carmelo Anthony case. That is what the post or the rumor has come from. Now, every time I make a video covering the Carmelo Anthony case, there is some individual that comes in my comments begging for attention. Now, normally I will clap back at them in the comment section, or sometimes I will flat out ignore them. But then sometimes I have time to give them the attention that they want. Okay. So somebody who has been begging for my attention, okay, somebody who has been begging desperately for my attention is this woman right here, Mighty Marsha. Okay. Marsha has been coming under my page ever since I called out Little Miss Redhead in her goon that goes to the Carmelo Anthony trial. Now, when I called out her henchman that comes up to the trial, Mighty Marsha decided to go and call herself warning them that I was talking about them. Now, after she went to go warn them that I was talking about them, she made some disparaging comments about Black people along with her other, I guess, homegirl or whatever. And I said, you know what? While we're on the topic, because number one, they could never tell the truth. And by they could never tell the truth, I'm talking about the far right, extreme, MAGA loser crowd. Not all white people, just these people that are from that far right loser crowd. She decided to fix her minimal amount of lips to lie on me. Okay. Now, it is that like a part of the MAGA crowd? Like, to get initiated, you gotta lie on Black people, you gotta make up lies. Like, what is it with this crowd that if they want to diss you or they dislike something you say, then they gotta throw in a lie with it? If you dislike anything that I say, then attack me based on what I say. Okay? This crowd of people, they think that if they spew a lie about you, that somehow if they get another loser to spew the lie, that it makes it true. Okay? Now, let's go over Marsha harassing me and what nice or not so nice things she had to say about the Black community, because I say, you know what, after all, she wants attention. We're talking about Texas Roadhouse. We're talking about how these people are mad after the Carmelo situation. And let's just go into what Marsha said, because after all, she coming for me. She attacking me. She want attention from me, at me. So I first noticed Marsha spamming my comments. Okay, now she's probably been begging for my attention for some time, but I first noticed her when she went under one of my videos. Okay, so I did a video on Carmelo Anthony, and it was Carmelo Anthony's motion for new trial, and I gave a breakdown. So when I went to the comments, Mighty Marsha was in the comments. She was in the comments. And Mighty Marsha said, since you've been sued and lost, okay, I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but Mighty Marsha says, since you've been sued and lost, you seem to be more careful with your words. And so it's been 3 days. And I'm trying to figure out, Marsha, what lawsuit did I lose? Marsha says, I lost the lawsuit. I was sued and I lost. I reply to Marsha and I say, never in life have I ever, and I mean ever, lost a court case. And, meaning like a lawsuit where I was sued. Wrong chick, Bookie. So that wasn't enough, right? That wasn't enough. Marsha said, you know what? I'm going to harass her some more. I need more of her attention. I need to go warn Sippy that she's talking about them. Okay? Oh my God, let me alert the goons. So she goes to X and she posts my video and she adds me. Okay? She adds me in a post and she adds Sippy. And I said, oh, she want my attention real bad. Like, you want my attention so damn bad. Is Sippy not giving you no attention? Is the redhead, dizzy, lying heifer that I proved to be a liar in the surveillance footage that you guys are too lazy to watch in full? Or maybe you did watch it, but you have no accountability. I already proved them to be liars, babes. But you are like, I said, she's begging for more attention. So Sippy is what went to the Collin County Courthouse to hear the decision that the judge made. And when I did my video talking about how in one of his Twitter spaces, he had a recap video where somebody on his panel said that Carmelo should be hanging from a tree, and how I said that they're dangerous individuals, especially from my own experience of Sippy, of him arriving to the courthouse, trying to intimidate people, showing up with guns and stuff. I stand on that. Sue me, bitch, if you want to. Or him, rather. We'll take it to court. Because there's more footage where that came from. So, because they always like to threaten these lawsuits. I think because other people have been sued by the redhead and they didn't cooperate, they think that will be the case with everybody. I will show up to every court case, every court date, gladly. Okay, I'm not one of the. I'm not the one or the two. Okay, I've had 3 successful lawsuits that I won. Okay, but anyways, so Marsha goes on to this page and she adds me. Okay, because she wants me to see that she's posting my link, right? And thank you, Marsha, for the promotion, because, it looks like 1.4K people looked at this little post that you did. And hopefully those 1.4K people clicked my video and I got a cute little additional coin for that. So thank you for being on the promo team, Marsha. But Marsha goes and she adds me, right? And she says, at Neek at Night is sour right now. And of course, the judges are all buddies. Has nothing to do with less than 4% actually win a new trial. Also, at Sippy Cup, I didn't know you are headed to prison, according to Neek, that is. It's a possibility. He's a thug that tries to intimidate women. I'm not saying that he is going to prison for sure, but I am saying that him trying to antagonize and start fights and make comments similar or hold panels where they make comments similar to those that Jake Lang made are concerning and should be looked into. Someone says, how many times does this woman beg for likes, hype button, and cash donations and acting like she is doing her streams for the good of humanity and not for making money is pure gaslighting? Um, I'm not sure, little emoji face, but I work on YouTube for free. I mean, not for free. I work on YouTube to make money. That ain't no secret. You didn't drop some bombshell revelation. This is how I feed my daughter. And I choose to feed my daughter by being honest, okay? Giving people the option to donate, right? I'm not like the little bitches that y'all listen to that lie on black people and lie about everything that's going on the case that can be proven false with court surveillance. And if I'm lying, tell the bitch to sue me. Lied about everything that happened at the court, lied about how she arrived, lied about people cutting in front of her, lied about all of it that can be verified as fake and false and phony and lies. Okay. Lied about all of those things on my name so that she can grift and claim that black people are attacking her, and then lie and act like she needs more security because I called her ass out for what their little antics were, and then tried to make it seem like somebody's trying to kill her when they're the ones showing up with guns on their hip. Her goon, that is, showing up with guns on his hip, and then asking y'all for money for protection for nobody that gave a damn about her. Okay? So I don't need to lie to y'all and create scenarios for people to donate, but I am in the money making business for doing commentary. That's how I feed my daughter, my family. But I choose to make it honest and give people the option to donate if they want, right? Like, if you would like to donate, if you like my commentary, then hey, this is how you can do it. I'm not grifting and scheming and lying about needing financial support for lawsuits against people that she antagonized her damn self, and then lying and saying, oh, send me money because Neek at Night, oh, these people want me dead. Yeah, I ask for cash apps because I give people an honest way to donate and not a manipulated way. Okay. But anyways, so Marsha, she says, I'm curious as to how many times she is going to beg for defamation lawsuits. You could tell she is trying to add the words she needs to in order to prevent a lawsuit, but she just can't help it. Trash just falls right out of her mouth. I said, nothing I said was a lie, Miss No Top Lip. If your lazy ass looked at what I posted in its entirety as it pertains to Leprechaun, the full surveillance, the liar is her. I welcome her to try the defamation route, though. Discovery would be glorious. Then Marsha says, yeah, lies just don't fall out of your mouth, nor do you conveniently leave out important facts. Nor did you just lose a lawsuit for any lies. Yeah, okay, girl, you go with that. Now, Marsha, you said this on the 23rd. You also made this claim that I lost the lawsuit 3 days ago. And I have asked multiple times, which lawsuit did I lose? Who are the parties? What's my name? What lawsuit did I lose? And whom did I lose this lawsuit to? Because none of my lawsuits have included defamation at all. I sued a car lot. I sued a record label. I sued another entity, and none of them was defamation. So, and I didn't lose any of those. Sorry. So we're still waiting. Okay. Now, while I'm waiting for her to tell me what lawsuit I lost, they have been going in on Black people and how they have wigs and all kind of stuff. Hold on, let me see if it is under my profile. Hold on, let me see, where is it? Because they was talking about how we wear wigs and all kind of stuff. Hold on, let me see where it is. Because Marsha was going in, her and her little friend, unless they deleted it. Let me see. It was her and this person. Oh, here they go. Here it go right here. So this person, after I said nothing I said was a lie, Little Miss No Top Lip, this person says, why attack her for her natural appearance? If she had fillers, you would go after her for that. Stay on topic. Then Marsha, let's get a good look. Okay. Marsha then said I missed the whole top lip thing. Damn dyslexia. The comment just tells you I hit a nerve. Home run for me. She has some serious issues she needs to work out in her life. I saw the video of her crying. Really weak woman. The majority of liberal women are. Then Mimi, no picture, says they are weak. That's why all they can do is attack us and can't debate real issues. Who can't debate real issues? You can't even cite what lawsuit that I lost. Also, I'd rather have my natural beauty than their damn freaky eyelashes, fillers, and nails so long that they can't wipe properly. Then Marsha says, someone that needs all that fake stuff like eyelashes and spends hours getting ready have self-esteem issues. Most are ugly as sin when the wig, eyelashes, and 4 pounds of stolen makeup comes off. Now, Marsha. I can get on stream. I will literally challenge you to a duel, bitch. How about I come on stream, you come on stream. I take off my wig, my makeup. I don't wear eyelashes hardly. This is just mascara. And let's see who look better than who. I will literally take off these tracks. I will wash the makeup off my face. I don't have eyelashes on. And let's see who look better than who. Marsha, when do you want to do it? When do you want to do it? Let's schedule it. Okay. So then she says, someone that needs all that fake stuff like eyelashes and spends hours getting ready have self-esteem issues. Most are ugly as sin when the wig, eyelashes, and 4 pounds of stolen makeup comes off. Marsha, do you really think that we can't afford makeup? Or do you think that we really need makeup to look better than you? Then Mimi says, I forgot about the wigs. LOL. Then Marsha says, I've watched way too many YouTube videos where they get arrested, fight the police, then throw a fit because they've lost their $5 wig or stupid looking bonnet. Their ancestors are definitely ashamed of them. Now, Marsha. Now, you know damn well I could pull up several videos of white people getting arrested. So, what really are we talking about? Exactly. And they hate white people so much, but wear blonde wigs and braids. Then Marsha says, don't forget the ones that bleach their skin. Heck, they're racist to each other based on who's light skin black versus dark skin black. And that is what Marsha had to say. Now, again, this is Marsha. She's been harassing me, okay? And she's desperately been wanting my attention. Now, my whole thing is if you don't like blacks, why are you in black spaces? If you don't like us, why are you here? And this is not to all white people, just people like her. Just people like Marsha, the patriot, the American patriot. Because, you know, patriot is the code word for American patriot. I'm just a patriot. We know what that means. We know what that means. And Marsha can't get enough. You don't like me? Why are you here? Why are you tagging me? Why are you in my comments lying? Like, child, crazy. And then the friend, I don't even know who the friend is. Mimi, child. This is Marsha. Looking for people to get arrested by ICE. Such a lovely woman. Okay. Look, showing all kind of different stuff. Marsha, the typical patriot. Okay. Now, this is another proud Texan. I am obsessed with Pilates and the beach. This is Mimi, the other one that is down in Texas. Now, they're all proud that she doesn't post pictures. Most cowards don't. Most cowards talk about black people from these anonymous pages or whatever. But just like other supposed patriots, they're literally obsessed with us. Okay. Look, they hate us, but want to be us. We want to see who you are, Mimi. What do you look like? You're hiding, bitch. They hate us. They want to be us. Look, like just obsessed. obsession. Okay, but they always scarred to show their self for real. But anyways, they've been begging for my attention, so thought to give it to them. I thought to give it to them real quick because I had time. Now, speaking of the internet and it's all of its ridiculousness, there has been a lot of people who have been going in on Tatum. Okay. Tatum made a comment about Michelle Obama. Tatum said that his wife looks better than Michelle Obama. And ever since that, he has been getting backlash on his wife. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have seen Tatum's wife or not, but she is extremely, extremely unattractive. Okay. And that's normally how it goes, right? Like, I feel like in order to be a bootlicker, it's like a lot of their wives, like, I'm like, why are the bootlickers never with attractive women? They're never with like attractive white women. They're always with unattractive mid women and got the nerve to be speaking on Michelle Obama. Now, let me show you guys this video that has been going viral about Tatum saying that his wife looks better than Michelle.
I don't care what nobody say. Now, I don't know if she a man or not. I don't think she is. But I will say, y'all quit lying to this woman, act like she cute, though. Michelle Obama is not a good-looking woman. And it's okay to not be good-looking. Everybody can't be fine, like my wife. Everybody can't be fine like that. If you're a good person, then be a good person. You can't not be fine and be mean. You got to pick one.
All right. Let's hear that one more time.
I don't care what nobody say. Now, I don't know if she a man or not. I don't think she is. But I will say, y'all quit lying to this woman, act like she cute, though. Michelle Obama is not a good-looking woman. And it's okay to not be good-looking. Everybody can't be fine, like my wife. Everybody can't be fine like that. If you're a good person, then be a good person. You can't not be fine and be mean. You got to pick one.
All right. So I decided to look at other people pulling up pictures of his wife. Now, this is a guy by the name of, is it Talbert Swan? Now, this is Tatum's wife. Now, this is not a joke. Like, this is really her. This is the woman this is her after plastic surgery. She's had plastic surgery. What is all of the things that they said that we need to be attractive? What did Marsha say about Black women? Because she's had plastic surgery. She's had lip fillers. She's had all of this reconstructive work. I've never had not one surgery on my face. The only thing that can be considered a modification is when I had a fight right here, if you can see. I was cut in my face, okay? And that's from me having a fight and a girl cutting me with something in my face, and I got stitches. Other than that, I've never tampered with my face at all. This is somebody who has had literal plastic surgery. All of the stuff that Marsha claims that we need, this is somebody who had literal plastic surgery. And that's the best they could do. I'm going to go to her page in a second. So after I seen that, I said, ain't no way. I said, these people altered the way this lady looked. Okay. I thought for sure. I thought for sure. I'm like, this can't be her. Not talking like this. I said, y'all had to alter this in some type of way. So I went to her page and I looked at her page. Okay, so this is her glam and glam. Okay, this is her all glammed up. So she said, this is what certain women, and her name is, I guess, Corinne Tatum. This is how she said women look on Bumble. Okay, so this is like her looking like her best, right? This is her best look. Then she said, her in real life. Now, this is the one that he's saying look fine. Now, fine is subjective because remember, who was it? Who was it? I think it was on the Real Housewives. Who was the one damn, why can't I think of her name? The one that twirled Gone with the Wind Fabulous. What's her name? Damn, not Portia. What's her name? Y'all help me out. Damn, why am I drawing a blank? Kenya. There we go. Kenya. Remember when Kenya was on the Real Housewives and she was dating that guy and she was like, "Oh, he's so fine. He's so fine." And then remember when we saw him? I can't think of his name either right now. But remember, was it Kenya or was it Tamar? No. It wasn't Kenya. It was Tamar. It was Tamar. Remember, it was Tamar. Remember before we saw that man that Tamar was with. It wasn't Kenya. My bad. Remember when we saw Tamar. She was dating that guy. The guy that she was dating before she started dating the y'all know who I'm talking about. Remember when she was online before we saw him and she used to be like, "Oh, I'm dating this man. He's so fine. He looks so good." And then when we finally saw him, we was like, "Girl, David." Yes. I believe his name was David. He was black, not the lawyer guy. The black dude that she dated before the lawyer guy. When and he had hair, and then she was going around telling everybody, "My man is so fine. He fine." Remember? And then we all saw him and we was like, "Where?" So I say all that to say fine is subjective. Okay. It is subjective. Okay. Some people think that like, you know what I mean? It's in the eye of the beholder. All right. It's in the eye of the beholder. So according to him, maybe this does look better than Michelle. Okay. According to me, no. All right. So, I looked through her page or whatever, and she looks crazy. She looks a mess. So ever since people have been going in on her, he has decided to go in on people. All right. So Tatum decided to clap back because people were going in on his wife. And this is his clapback.
Let me just say this, man. I was gonna let it go. Dear Hughley, I'm talking about my wife. But now I'm gonna put y'all wives on here.
They all look better than your wife. Like, what are we supposed to be looking at? Are we supposed to be looking at women that what? That, like, are you trying to prove that these women look better than your wife? Like, what? You showed their wife to do what? Like, was that supposed to be like, oh, look at your wife because you talked about my wife? Like, your wife still don't look better than them. So, okay, now you showed their wife. Your wife don't look better than them. And they're in their natural state. They ain't had 50, 11 surgeries. Your wife done been nipped and tucked and plucked, and that's the result. You showed women who haven't had plastic surgery, who are natural, and even in their natural state, they look better than your wife still. Like, what was that? Like, you showing a picture like, ooh, gotcha. Like, what? Now, in addition to that, he was talking about the situation that happened in Target, and he thinks that the Target costume is hilarious. It's funny.
Dear Hughley decided to attack my wife. Now I'm on his, like white on rice. Y'all know how I get that. And then we got the senator from Michigan that's a complete nut job trying to push Sharia law. And if you idiots continue to vote for these people, you're going to be in trouble. Target had the funniest costume I've ever seen in my life, but you know who mad at it? You guessed it. And last but not least, we're going to talk about the 49ers owner who worth, I think, $8 billion. He's trying to get some hooky for $100. Had the funniest costume I've ever law. And if you idiots continue to vote for these people, you're going to be in trouble. Target had the funniest costume I've ever seen in my life, but you know who mad at it? You guessed it.
All right. So what he's talking about is Target receiving backlash for a costume that looks like a minstrel show. All right. Now, let me pull up the costume and what he thinks is so funny, right? Like, anything against Black people to him is so hilarious, right? But he didn't find it funny about that wife that looks extra mid. And that's what we find it funny, that you thought that she looked better than Michelle Obama. Like, what? Where what? Like, huh? Where they did that at? So let me go and show y'all this costume. 1 second. So this is the costume right here that he's talking about. All right. So right here, it says Target faces backlash after its website featured a kid's costume that mimic racist stereotypes. And it says kids glow under black light circus clown Halloween costume bodysuit, hide and eek boutique. So as you can see, it's a little Black boy, doing this. And people felt like that this was a minstrel show. And they said that they wanted to boycott Target. Now, according to Tatum, this is so hilarious. Like, oh my God, this is so funny. Like, I thought it was so funny, but you know who's mad? Somebody said, Oh my God, the costume is him. Right. Like, yeah, that's why he doesn't have a problem with it. It's crazy. So, yeah, it's crazy. So, anyways, in other news, Sydney Starr was spotted in court, and Sydney Starr appears to not have a bond. All right. So, let me show y'all this really quickly. Um, Let me see. What was I about to show? Oh, and rest in peace to Dolly Parton. She passed away today. R.I.P. Miss Dolly. Let me show y'all this. All right. So Sydney Starr spotted in court as she was denied bond in her SA case involving a minor. All right. So this was Sydney Starr in court. And it says Sydney Starr is staying behind bars for now. She appeared in court Tuesday and was denied bond following her arrest earlier this month. If you recall, Sydney is facing charges including y'all can read it. During the latest hearing, an investigator detailed the allegations, saying detectives found Sydney at the hotel after receiving information about an alleged encounter involving a juvenile. According to the investigator, Sydney admitted that juvenile had gone into an elevator with her and then entered her hotel. The alleged victim's mother also spoke in court and asked the judge to deny bond. She said her 13-year-old son is now undergoing intensive therapy following the alleged incident. He is required to attend intensive therapy to begin a healing process for what was done to him at this age when he should feel safe, innocent, and protected. He is now forced to cope with trauma that no child should have to endure. Sydney's defense argued that she has no prior criminal history. However, the judge ultimately ordered that she remain held without bond. So Sydney is facing life in prison, and it is from a encounter with someone she claims lied about their age. Now, they were 13, they had this hookup, and or not had a hookup, but had a encounter where he, I guess, went to his parents or however it went. Sydney was arrested, and now Sydney's saying, oh, well, this person said that or they said that they were 18 years old, but yet they were 13. So the court is saying deny bond. So we'll see how it all plays out. You guys let me know what y'all think about it. But I wanted to just do a quick live and go over a few things. Thank y'all for tuning in. I will catch y'all on the next video. But y'all let me know what y'all think about Texas Roadhouse and about everything else we discussed tonight. I'll talk to y'all on the next video.